you have ever taken or taught a college class, I'm sure you have some experience with the course syllabus. In the midst of the COVID-19 pandemic, I was in search of ways to create a sense of community and maintain my level of student engagement in my virtual classes. Since UVA-Wise initiated the Innovate to Elevate project, my goal was to gradually go paperless in all of my classes. The pandemic challenged me to reach that goal a lot faster, and I'm grateful for it. After reading a few articles and attending professional development sessions on infographic syllabi, I decided that the course syllabus would be the first to receive a makeover. Here's what my very traditional, plain, text-heavy syllabus used to look like, which is probably very similar to any other college course syllabus. Using my UVA-Wise iPad, keyboard, Apple Pencil, and the Landscape Books blank template and pages, I strategically crafted the required information into a more colorful, visually pleasing format and called it an infographic visual course syllabus. I chose the Landscape Books template because my students would most likely be viewing the syllabus on their UVA-Wise iPad in the landscape position. Now that students have an iPad, I don't have to worry about printing, which means lots of color and no page limits. During my weekly coaching sessions with our Apple Professional Learning Specialist, Rachel Hume, I learned how to use the Shapes library to balance out the white space on a page so that the information was easy for students to find. Rachel also taught me how to use the color palette picker so that I'm able to use the same colors throughout my course documents to build routine and consistency with all of my files. Notice I use the shades of pink and blue for this course. The course objectives, grading methods, and course operations are outlined together on this page. For the course objectives, I've used the small square bullets to encourage students to view it as a checklist. I include a page with guidance for how to be what I call a superstar student. I explain how to professionally communicate via email with an imported and annotated screenshot showing proper etiquette. Also notice how the shapes from the shape library added a visual reminder beside the text. Remember seeing the clock and talking bubble on page 1? Here's another way that I have used simple visuals to show how to submit assignments in my course. I use app icon screenshots with corresponding emojis that provides clear expectations at the very beginning. This helps to ensure students are set up for success when submitting their work and streamline my grading process. Another fun feature that I've incorporated to enhance a virtual community is my Memoji. I created this decorated laptop Memoji on my course syllabus to highlight some of the things that I value and a few stickers that describes me as a person. The Insta Alpha feature in Pages made it easy to import these images, cut out the background, and apply a drop shadow. By adding the text in the talking bubble, it feels like Memoji Cody is actually talking directly to the students. Various versions of Memoji Cody also appear throughout the course anytime there are directions and on the LMS. During the second week of class, students create their own Memoji. This gives them a chance to practice submitting assignments and an opportunity to represent their personal identity. I compile the Memoji heads and display them at the top of our class LMS to build community. Memoji Cody has a body so that she stands out as the professor. Now, every time students visit the LMS, they can see that we are all human beings in this course and that they are not alone. I even had students incorporate their Memoji into projects, which was so cool to see. Lastly, I'll share the course calendar transformation. This example is from my 5-week summer course. I designed the calendar using the tables feature in Pages. By adding the alternating row color and changing the border lines to white, the same as my background, it creates a clean, digestible table compared to the boring black and white table on the left side of the screen. Notice I was also able to devote a separate page for each week. I also post a screenshot of each page on our LMS so that the same information is shared in multiple locations. As with any new outside-of-the-box idea, my initial infographic visual syllabus took some time to design from scratch. Now that I have gained confidence and experience with digital document design skills on the iPad, I will continue to refine the syllabus template for all of my classes. I also plan to continue upgrading all of my course materials from boring black and white pictureless worksheets to interactive, colorful assignments, which will help all of my students and all learning styles. I'm so pleased with how user-friendly the iPad and Apple Suite apps are, and will continue to find creative ways to incorporate them into my courses, as well as teach my students how to use them.